In this video, we'll be doing a review of the Google Pixel 4a. The Google Pixel A series is a budget series, just like the Samsung A series is also a budget series. Google's done an amazing budget phone this year, and they've been able to drop the price to $349. It's an amazing phone. This phone sports a 5.8-inch display. The phone is 8.2mm thin, with an FHQ Plus OLED panel, which means it's 1080p by 2340p, and it has 443 ppi. ppi means pixels per inch. It's got a 19.5 by 9 ratio, and it comes to around 143 grams. It has a USB port, 3.5mm audio jack, power buttons, and the volume buttons. The buttons are actually quite clicky, which is a nice touch, and the power button has kind of a peppermint green, sort of whitish colour to it. Google has finally decided to get rid of its notch. Instead, they've added a hole-punch camera to the top left of the screen. Let's talk about the cameras for a minute. The Pixels are renowned for their wonderful crispy photos. The rear camera has a 12.2 megapixel camera with optical image stabilization. The rear camera can film 4K at 30 frames per second, 1080p at 30, 60, or 120 frames per second, and 720p at 30, 60, or 240 frames per second. So that would be great for slow motion. The front or selfie camera has an 8 megapixel camera and can film 1080p at 30 frames and 720p at 30 frames per second. Now let's go and take a few photos. A video about the camera of the Pixel 4a will be coming shortly. The Google Pixel 4a comes with an inbuilt Google Assistant. The Google Assistant is an extraordinary virtual assistant. It's probably the best virtual assistant out there. If you'd like to see videos about the Google Assistant, leave a comment in the comment section below. The Pixel 4a comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 730G, which is quite an old processor, but that probably explains why it can be so much cheaper than the other competitors. And it's also got 6GB of RAM. This is enough to run decent games at decent graphics, but I have noticed that sometimes it starts to overheat a little bit. The Google Pixel 4a comes with 128GB of non-expandable storage. It's kind of a shame that you can't put a micro SD card in there, because this phone films at 4K, so that could kill the storage quite quickly. But it does come with a 3-month trial of 100GB on Google One, which is Google's storage platform. Let's talk about the battery life of this phone. It easily lasts at least 5 hours screen time. I've never been able to kill it in one day. It sports a 3140 milliamp battery and comes with an 18-watt USB-C fast charger in the box. So if you are running low, you can easily bump that up. By the way, if you are enjoying this video, if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be tremendous. This phone comes with 2 speaker grills at the bottom and an earpiece speaker. Now they actually work together to make a stereo sound, and they have decent sound quality. It's not as loud as some of the flagship phones out there, but it's a decent volume. Let's look at a few differences between the Pixel 4a and the actual Pixel 4. So first is facial recognition is replaced by Pixel Imprint on the Pixel 4a, but that makes a lot of sense because at the moment, because of COVID, we're all wearing masks. In the Pixel 4, they actually had an image processor, so it instantly processed the image. but it takes a bit longer to process because the Pixel 4a doesn't have this processing chip inside it. Now, what was I actually hoping for in the Pixel 4a that we didn't get? This phone is a great phone for its price, but there are a few features that I would have liked to see. So, the Pixel lineup has always been able to take amazing photos, but a lot of it is to do with the actual processing. But think about if they had a bigger sensor, like a 50 megapixel sensor on the rear. Just think about the photos it would be able to take, because at the moment, if you look at the photos closely, you can just tell that other phones like the OnePlus Nord just have more detail inside them. And I would have also liked to see a brighter screen, because outside it's really hard to see what you're doing. Okay, this is the final step. My recommendation on if you should buy this phone. I think you should. It's a great phone for its price. Everything from the Pixel stock Android features to the beautiful crispy photo taking camera. Everything about it is bang for the buck. This is probably the best Pixel that Google has ever made. If you want to see more videos about the Pixel 4a, let us know in the comment section below. Also, are you going to buy this phone? Plus, is there any features you would have liked to see on the Pixel 4a? Let us know in the comment section. See you down there. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked this video, found it informative or entertaining, don't forget to hit that like button down below. If you have any questions about this phone, comment them down below. A link to buy this phone will be in the description. Don't forget to press that subscribe button and press the notification bell to receive notifications about our upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.